want to give everyone a quick garden update and some update on some progress we've made on the outside of the house here and will be making. Some people requested an update on how the peppers and tomatoes are doing. I just harvested a bunch of tomatoes, so nothing super ripe right now, but everything's going pretty well. They're growing real good. These honey drop tomatoes are really starting to come in right now. They got this cool kind of small pear-shaped cherry tomato type of thing. Super sweet, really good tomatoes. These peppers are finally catching up here. They were really sluggish. I'm hoping that I'm actually going to get some ripe ones out of this, but they're actually fruiting now. These are chocolate boot jolokia, so they should be crazy hot. They should make some good hot sauce here. The ancient sweet peppers are absolutely enormous and are just starting to ripen now. It's my hand for size. It's probably a, I don't know, 10-inch long pepper. I think I'm going to try to stuff them, which should be good. Some of them on that one are starting to ripen, although the one that's really ripening is a little rotten on the bottom. So we'll see if I could chop the bottom off and maybe use some of it. But really nice red color out of them. These are going crazy. These are Sugar Rush peach peppers, and I think they're just about to ripen here. Some of the lower ones I'm starting to see like a little bit of tinge of color too. So I think maybe in the next week or so I'll actually start getting some ripe peppers out of these. The habaneros are catching up a little bit now. They're fruiting. I'm hoping those get ripe by the end of the season here. The Reaper peach ghost peppers are doing real nice. These are getting some pretty good sized fruit here. So good sized peppers. I think those should ripen well before the end of the season. These Ahi Omnicolor are starting to ripen now. I've got kind of an orange one popping up down here. So they're starting to change color right now. So I'm guessing in about another week and I'll be able to start harvesting these. These jalapenos, I think, are about to start turning to their full ripe. They're called a pumpkin spice jalapeno. The University of New Mexico has a pepper research, program, and these peppers came out of there. Should be pretty cool. These jigsaw peppers are also starting to ripen. They turn bright red from purple once they ripen. There's a couple red ones down in there. No idea what they taste like. Real curious to find out. Serranos are doing real well, and so is this some special jalapeno that gets this cool kind of variegated color. You can see they've got like striping to the peppers. So really cool. Had to move some of the other tomato plants and herbs down to the garden area. Phoebe is eating the weeds from what was supposed to be a hop garden, and the hops never grew. I've just let it go wild because I'm too lazy to get rid of it. But we moved the tomatoes down here because we needed to clear off the deck, because the deck is the next big project here. So cleared off the deck up here because we're going to start demo on it, maybe even this evening in a little bit of form. Partially because to get the fire table off the deck, it's a lot easier to just take the railing down and take it off the side of the deck rather than trying to get it down the stairs over the handrail. The other big thing that we just had done is we got the gutters fully replaced. So brand new gutters all over the house. The one thing that I had to do in relation to that was there was a weird little strip of gutter over the attached shed that they couldn't fit a new gutter on because the gutters that we use this time are taller and hold more water. So I had to buy some sort of black flashing and bend it to fit to cover the fascia and run the water down onto the shed roof and then down off the back here. So just put that in yesterday. I'm probably going to add a little texture paint to it to make it blend a little more with the shingles, give it a little textured feel to it. Cleared almost everything off of the deck here. Hopefully by the end of tomorrow I'll have this completely torn down. I'm probably going to cut it all up into smaller pieces and just drive it to a local waste dump, get rid of it instead of trying to get a dumpster or a bagster. I think it'd be cheaper just driving it myself in my truck. And then hopefully Friday or Saturday, I've got a guy coming out to pour new footings for the new deck. He's also going to demo these concrete stairs that they built the steps weirdly around. So we'll finally have some proper stairs in here that don't have weird height differences and distances to them. And Phoebe's going onto the deck right now. That's good. So lots of work coming up here. I'm hoping that I can get most of this done hopefully in the next month or so here. I might take a day or two of vacation to work on it. Everything is going to be brand new. I'm demoing all the substructure because of the way they built some weird stuff. Colleen is filming the dogs. Also went and picked up a lot of the structural lumber that I'll need to get started early. Bought some long 2x8s to replace the ledger board that's attached to the house, and also 6x6s that are going to go on top of the 12-inch footers. And then some even longer 2x8s to build up a 2x beam. So that'll run the entire length of the deck here. And then I can start adding joists once we're all set with that. So hopefully footings are done before next weekend. I'll give them a week to cure up, and then I should be able to start on the actual framing of the deck. And then, what?
Tomatoes.
What, tomatoes? Oh. Colleen wants me to show ripe tomatoes. I harvested a whole bunch of tomatoes earlier. Gonna make some salsa. There's a little mosquito on them, great. Gonna make some salsa, probably pull some of the serranos and jalapenos a bit here. There's this crazy huge blue pear tomato. This thing is weighty. Some of those honey drops that get that cool orange color to them. These are called a Persuasion tomato. And then there's also this neat terracotta tomato. They ripen to this kind of cool orange color. So I'm going to use pretty much all of these probably on the salsa, and then grab some peppers, probably the serranos and jalapenos, and make up a big batch of salsa. Hopefully that comes out good, and look for another update probably in 2 to 3 weeks. I'll probably shoot another video once I've got the actual structural stuff done on the deck before I start slapping on the decking. We've got some samples here that we've picked up of the decking. What we're going to do is this middle one here is going to be the main color of the deck, and then I'm going to picture frame this darker gray around it as a border. So there will be a border all around the outside of the deck, and then a breaker board down the middle right where this seam is. That'll break up the two butt joints, make it look a little bit cleaner. And then I'm also going to use some fascia material of that darker sample and build probably a 6-foot tall privacy slat wall on this side of the deck to give us a little bit of separation from our neighbor there. Also give us a little bit of shade in the later hours of the evening too, because we've normally got that little sectional couch here. So give us a little bit of shade and a little bit of privacy. So hopefully I can get cranking on that in the next week or so here, and love to be done with that by the end of October. I think I should be able to. I think we finally made a decision on the railing too. Gonna get that ordered possibly in the next week or so here. I think there's a Labor Day discount, so I might try to capitalize on that. Get that ordered. That should be pretty easy to install. It's a pretty straightforward kit. And once I get the deck up and get the railing on, and back to having an actual sound deck again, instead of one that's rotting out and has been long overdue for replacement and was never built right in the first place. So look for another update in a few weeks, and hopefully things will start shaping up soon.